Okay. So our unit number 3 is combined bending, torsion, and shaft. Okay. Please wait. I will share screen once again. Okay. So unit number 3 is combined bending, torsion, and thrust. In this unit, we will see with how to take or how to combine this bending, torsion, and thrust. So due to this bending, two types of stresses will be generated. Bending stress, that is sigma, which is equal to my upon I, and due to this bending also shear stress will be generated, tau, which is equal to SA y bar divided by IB. Okay. And due to this torsion, shear stress will be generated. Torsion means twisting. So here shear stress will be generated. So tau, which is equal to TR upon IP. And thrust means axial force. Okay. Thrust means axial force. And due to this axial force, normal stress will be generated, sigma, which is equal to force upon area. So here two bending stresses. Here two bending stresses and two shear stresses are generated. We have to combine together. So sigma, which is equal to my upon I plus force upon area. So this is bending stress. And tau, which is equal to SAY bar divided by IB. So SAY bar divided by IB plus TR divided by IP. Okay, TR divided by IP. So this is combined effect of bending, torsion, and thrust. In this unit, we will see. In unit number 2, we have discussed how to convert normal and shear stresses into principal stresses. But in this unit, we will see what is combined effect due to bending, torsion, and thrust. Due to bending, there are two types of stresses will be generated, one bending stress and one shear stress. Due to torsion, only one shear stress will be generated, and due to thrust means axial force, and due to axial force, one stress is generated, that is normal stress, sigma, which is equal to force upon area. So this is unit number 3. Okay. After that, syllabus. Okay. So syllabus for this particular unit is shaft subjected to simultaneous bending, torsion, and thrust. Okay. Then second point is principal stresses, equivalent torque, and equivalent movement for solid circular shaft. So that much part we have to discuss in unit number 3. So shaft means we will see only circular shaft. Okay, only circular shaft, because of in this whole unit only pure torsion theory is applied. So we will see only circular shaft. Okay, suppose this is our circular shaft and this shaft is hold or fixed by these bearings. Okay. Fixed by these bearings. Suppose on this shaft, this is one pulley or wheel. Okay. And here chains are provided. By using these chains, we will apply load. Whenever we will apply load, at that time this wheel will rotate. So due to this, here torsion will create, movement also create, and our load. So suppose this is our beam, on that our point load, this is torsion, and one movement will be generated. So here total 3 effects: bending, torsion, and thrust. So this is overview of this unit. Now we will see one by one syllabus. Please write down first point. Write down first point. Write down first point. Shaft subjected to, first point, shaft subjected to, shaft subjected to, shaft subjected to simultaneous, simultaneous, simultaneous bending, torsion, shaft subjected to simultaneous torsion and bending, torsion and bending. First we will see effect of torsion and bending, and after that we will see effect of thrust. So first point is shaft subjected to simultaneously torsion and bending. Okay, so in that our first equation is shear stress due to torsion. First is shear stress due to torsion, shear stress due to torsion. Okay, shear stress due to torsion, that is tau, which is equal to T into R, T into R, T into R divided by J, T into R divided by J. So first point is shear stress due to torsion. So that means due to torsion, shear stress will be generated, and this shear stress is denoted by using tau, and equation is tau, which is equal to T into R divided by J. Okay. So in that, where T which is equal to, please write down T which is equal to torque, T which is equal to torque, R which is equal to location of shear stress, location of shear stress, location of shear stress, and J which is equal to polar moment of inertia, polar moment of inertia, polar moment of inertia, polar moment of inertia. So this is first. So we will see combined effect. That means we will consider simultaneously torsion and bending. So due to torsion, which type of stress will be generated? So due to torsion, shear stress will be generated, and this shear stress is denoted by using tau. So tau, which is equal to T into R divided by J. In this formula, T nothing but torque, R means location of shear stress. That means at which point we will find out shear stress, and J means polar moment of inertia, polar moment of inertia. So this is first point. Okay. After that, next, write down second point. So second point is normal stress due to bending, normal stress due to bending, normal stress due to bending. So normal stress is denoted by using sigma. So sigma, which is equal to M into Y upon I, M into Y upon I. Okay. So normal stress due to bending stress. Okay, due to bending. Where M which is equal to, now you tell me, M which is equal to, what is M? Bending moment. M nothing but bending moment. Okay. After that, Y. Y means location of stress. Location of location of stress. And last, that is I means movement of inertia. Movement of inertia. So this is second equation. So this normal stress will be generated due to bending and shear stress generated due to torsion. Now we have to see what is combined effect due to torsion and bending. Okay, please write down up to this point. Let me know after your writing is over. So I will move towards next point. If your writing is over, shall I go to next point? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Please write down next point. The bending stress and shear stress. Write down next point is most important point. The bending stress and shear stress is maximum maximum at a point on the surface on the surface on the surface of the shaft of the shaft Okay. So first we will consider where R, which is equal to capital R, which is equal to D by 2, and Y, which is equal to D by 2. Okay, so for that I will give explanation. Okay, suppose this is our circular shaft. Okay, so here this is CG. From this point we will find out, suppose, shear stress. So R, which is equal to D by 2, that is diameter by 2, and suppose this is our section and total depth D, and we will find out here from neutral axis, so Y, which is equal to D by 2. So R and Y means location of stress, at which point we will find out stress. So here this capital R means radius. Okay, because of we are finding out maximum stress. So maximum stress is generated at extreme fiber. Okay, that's why here R, which is equal to D by 2, and Y, which is equal to D by 2. Okay, this is our first assumption. Now we will see so let Now let sigma b, which is equal to maximum bending stress. Sigma b means maximum bending stress. Okay, maximum bending stress, that is on the surface of the shaft. On the surface of the shaft. So sigma b means, simply you remember that sigma b means maximum bending stress. So which formula is applicable for maximum bending stress? Sigma b, which is equal to m into y upon I. Now we will put value here. Okay. So m we will take as it is. Y. Y means d by 2. Okay. So into d by 2. And I. Moment of inertia for circular shaft. Now you tell me moment of inertia for circular shaft or for circular section.
Pi into d raised to 4 by 64.
Pi into d raised to 4 divided by 64. Okay. Now we will rearrange this equation. So m into d into 64 divided by pi d raised to 4 into 2. So 1d and 1d gets cancelled. 2 1s are 2, 2 3s are 6, 2 2s are 4. So what is remaining? 32m divided by pi d cube. So finally, therefore, sigma b, which is equal to equation is sigma b, which is equal to 32m divided by pi d cube. Okay. So this is for bending stress. Simultaneously, now we will see for shear stress, but you write down up to this point. If you have any doubt up to this step, please ask me, otherwise please write down. Anybody having any doubt? If no doubt, please write down fast. Okay, if your writing is over, shall I take next equation?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So next equation is tau. So tau means maximum shear stress. Maximum shear stress. So equation for this tau, which is equal to T divided by J into R. T divided by J into R. Same way we will convert T divided by polar moment of inertia for circular section. Polar moment of inertia for circular section is pi d raised to 4 divided by 34 into R. Already we have discussed R is d by 2, which is equal to, now we will convert T into D into 32 divided by pi d raised to 4 into 2. So 1d and 1d gets cancelled. 2 1s are 2, 2 6 are 12. So what is remaining? 16t divided by pi d cube. Therefore, tau, which is equal to 16t divided by pi d cube. So this is equation for shear stress. Okay. So please write down shear stress, which is equal to 16t divided by pi d cube. So from these two equations, we will write here formulas. Which two formulas we have derived? First one is sigma, which is equal to, or normal stress, which is equal to normal stress, which is equal to first, that is 32 m divided by pi d cube, and second one, that is tau, which is equal to shear stress, tau which is equal to shear stress, which is equal to 16t divided by pi d cube. Okay, now here normal stress and shear stress we have got. We have to derive equation for principal stress. Equation for principal stress. Okay, please write down fast. Let me know after your writing is over. So I will continue next point.
Over.
Okay, so please write down next point. Okay, up to this point, we have derived equation for normal stress and shear stress. Now we will see how to find out principal stresses. So please write down next point. Next point is principal stress. Principal stress. Okay. So whenever we will calculate principal stress, at that time, two formulas are there. One for major principal stress, major principal stress, and second for minor principal stress. One for major principal stress and second, that is minor principal stress. Minor principal stress, major principal stress and minor principal stress. Okay, so our basic equation, how to find out major principal stress? Sigma 1, which is equal to sigma x plus sigma y divided by 2 plus square root of sigma x minus sigma y divided by 2 bracket square plus tau square. Now we will put values here. Okay, already we have calculated normal stress and shear stress. So this normal stress along x direction. Okay, along x direction, and along y direction normal stress, which is equal to 0. Now we will put values here. Stress along x direction already we have calculated, and stress along y direction we will put 0. So sigma 1, which is equal to, what is remaining? Sigma x by 2 plus square root of sigma x by 2 square plus tau square, because of sigma y is 0. Now we will put value here. So sigma 1, which is equal to, the value of sigma x is, or the value of normal stress is 32 m upon pi d cube. Okay, so 32 m divided by pi d cube into 2. Okay, into 2, because of here 2 already, plus square root of, again value of sigma x is 32 m divided by pi d cube into 2 already here, bracket square plus tau square. The value of shear stress is 16t divided by pi d cube. So here 16t divided by pi d cube bracket square. Now you observe this equation and you tell me which we will take common from that. Sigma 1, which is equal to, काय कॉमन घेऊ शकतो आपण याच्यातून? Here 2 1s are 2, 2 1s are 2, 2 6 are 12, 2 1s are 2, 2 1s are 2, 2 6 are 12. So now you tell me from this which term we will take common. See here 16m divided by pi d cube. Here also 16m divided by pi d cube, and here 16t divided by pi d cube. So from that, we will take 16 divided by pi d cube as a common. Okay. So what is remaining in bracket? Here only m plus square root of m square plus t square. Got it? So our equation is sigma 1, which is equal to 16 divided by pi d cube in bracket m plus square root of m square plus t square. Okay, so this is equation for major principal stress. Major principal stress. And
हॅलो मॅम,
yes,
तिथं ब्रॅकेट मध्ये एम प्लस केलं ना अंडर रूट, तिथं अंडर रूट एक राहणार ना. आपण स्क्वेअर रूट मधून कसं बाहेर काढलं?
नाही हे m इथलं आहे ना हे.
मग नंतर ते 16 अपॉन पाय डी क्यूब ते अंडर रूटच येणार ना कॉमन.
नाही ते आपण बघा इथे 16 डिवायडेड बाय पाय डी क्यूब प्लस 16 डिवायडेड बाय पाय डी क्यूब इथं ऑलरेडी स्क्वेअर आहे ना. जर स्क्वेअर
हा
रूटच्या
मॅम,
बाहेर
कळालं.
स्क्वेअर रूटच्या बाहेर घेतलं तर ते 16 होते, त्यामुळे ते कॉमन घेतलं. मग इथे ह्या फर्स्ट टर्म मधून काय शिल्लक राहिला तुमचा m. ह्या स्क्वेअर रूट मध्ये काय तुमचा m स्क्वेअर आणि t स्क्वेअर. सो equation for major principal stress is sigma 1, which is equal to 16 divided by pi d cube in bracket m plus square root of m square plus t square. Same way for minor principal stress, here only negative sign will be there. So sigma 2, which is equal to 16 divided by pi d cube in bracket m minus square root of m square plus t square. This is for minor principal stress. Okay, got it? If anybody have any doubt, please ask me, otherwise please write down. If your writing is over, shall I take next point?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, please write down next point. Principal plane. Now we will see how to find out principal plane. Principal plane. Okay, already we have discussed in unit number 2. So how to find out principal plane? Tan 2 theta, which is equal to 2 tau divided by sigma x minus sigma y. But here sigma y is 0. So tan 2 theta, which is equal to 2 tau divided by only sigma. Okay. So tan 2 theta, which is equal to 2 into the value of shear stress is 16 pi divided by 16t divided by pi d cube divided by value of sigma is 32 m divided by pi d cube. So this pi d cube and this pi d cube gets cancelled. Okay. So 2 into 16 nothing but 32. So which is equal to 32t divided by 32m. So this 32 and 32 gets cancelled. So what is remaining? Therefore, tan 2 theta, which is equal to t divided by m. So this is equation for finding out principal plane. Got it? If you have doubt, ask me. Otherwise, please write down.
Go ahead, ma'am.
For today, we will stop here. In next lecture, we will see how to find out maximum shear stress, and then we will see numericals on principal stresses and maximum shear stresses. Okay.